Right, folks, another edition of For Fox's Sake. What a win, what a well-earned win. The lads got stuck in. It wasn't the best of conditions down at the KP. They got just stuck in. These are the games where you have to get stuck in to work out a result. I think Arsenal basically came and set up for a draw. They just didn't really look interested one bit with me. I don't know. Sometimes these players just go on reputation, or I don't know. They just don't man up enough for me. Arsenal players, they're too busy going down. They're too busy moaning. They don't get stuck in. They're quite happy to take the money. I think David Luiz is. If David Luiz weren't any good at Chelsea, why has he gone to Arsenal? It's one of those things, isn't it? He's just. I just can't see the point in him. Yeah, so I don't think Arsenal actually set out to do anything today. I think they were just more concerned about the result. Ozil, 350 grand a week. Really, it's about time these clubs started bringing in something and saying you only get that if you're worth it. It's down in your contract and you ain't worth it. I feel sorry for Arsenal fans because they're just not doing the job. It's Arsenal, for fuck's sake. You know, they should be up there challenging. And Dick Emery, he's just no good. But there again, you get what you sow, don't you? You know, Arsenal fans wanted Wenger out. I don't know. That's their thing. And then they're after the talk of that Rodgers might go there. Why would Rodgers want to go to Arsenal at this moment in time? I know he'd like a challenge. I mean, he left Celtic and came to Leicester at the wrong time of the season. I don't think he wanted to leave Celtic as he did. But he came to Leicester and he's taken them by the scruff of the neck and he's shook them up and he's got them to do what he needs them to do. I don't think he could do that down Arsenal. I honestly don't think he could do it because I think the players are all overpaid, hyped up superstars who aren't worth the money that they're paid and the shirt that they wear. I just don't think that they're there. I think it's quite embarrassing and I do feel sorry for Arsenal fans. I don't think Rodgers will go to Arsenal at all. Just there you go. But back onto the main point of this, it's for Fox's sake and it's for Leicester and it's a great 2-0 win against the Gunners. Once again, well, Leicester are back up to second. They're just doing well. Rodgers has got them ticking over quite well. I think I'm still going to complain about Tielemans as such. It's not a complaint, it's just an observation that he's trying, he's battling, but he's passing, he's just letting him down. I just don't seem to see that. You know, that final ball from him sometimes just seems to be letting him down. And it's not just letting him down, it's letting the Leicester team down. But that's one of them things. During the first half, there was I think, a penalty. The VAR totally screwed up. I think if it had been Man City or Liverpool, I think it would have been given. But for some reason, because the ball was going out of play, the dopey idiot who sat in some nice warm room watching the game decided it weren't a penalty. He basically fouled him, he pulled him back. When all said and done, he fouled him, he pulled him back. That's it. You can't just turn around and say, well, the ball was going out of play, it's not worth giving it. It's a foul. What are you going to do? Right, let him kick him. Well, it's going out of play. You say it don't matter, you can kick him. It ain't on. You're playing to the rules or you're not playing to the rules. End of. It was nice to see Leicester in the first half. They weren't rushing the game, they weren't forcing it, they weren't passing it, you know, quite nicely between themselves and building, drawing Arsenal out. It's like I said, Arsenal just came to look like they were just set up for the draw. I just weren't impressed with them one bit. I think it was the 20th minute when Arsenal actually made an attack, and but Leicester defended solid, they shut him down. It is good to see that if players, attackers are coming onto Leicester, they do actually go and shut them down. They don't just keep backing off and giving them space and letting them come. They do shut them down, they shut the angles down, and you know, it makes it hard work for a defender, a forward, and no matter how good you are, you know, it happens. It's great to see that they defended solid. You know, they put the bodies on the line kind of thing. They just get in the way and it's great. Moving on to Perez, I made a couple of notes about Perez. He's a great player, he's a great talent, as we could see against the Southampton lot. But he does seem to be going down a little bit easy for me. He does seem to be just like, you know, if it don't go his way, he seems to be turning around looking at the ref and going, oh, I've been touched, I've been touched. No, just get on with the fucking game. You know, you're getting paid a lot of money, and I just let's see you fight a bit more and create something. Moving on to Soyuncu, class player, absolute class. We really have not missed Maguire one bit at all, have we? Leicester have just moved on without him. And this is a little thing for any other players that are tempted by the big clubs in the transfer windows coming up. The grass ain't always greener, folks. Harry Maguire, drink water, you know, and even down to Kante at the moment. I mean, Kante is, you know, he went to Chelsea now. I'll leave Kante out of it. But Maguire, it's just all going tits up for him. Drink water. I just cannot honestly understand what he thought he were doing. His agent has basically just took all the money and just, you know, yeah, go to Chelsea, you're brilliant, and I'll get a nice big cut. Well, no, you should have stayed at Leicester, and you'd have been all right. You'd have been probably, I don't know, not getting beat up in nightclubs, not getting drunk and crashing cards and whatever. It's just, so the grass ain't always greener. So Maddison and Chilwell, you know, you're probably better off being a big cog in a, you know, in a decent team like Leicester than just being, I don't know, probably somebody buying you just to think that you could fit into their ideas, because it ain't going to happen. Just stay where you are, lads. We went after the second half, played quite well. We started to up it a bit. We hit the bar, which was a well-worked shot again. It's all just going well, and you can see that the lads are working and they're looking to spread it about and just get stuck in, and they're battling, they're fighting for each other. I think I've just said about the shutting down. I think there was one shot where we didn't. I think David Luiz had a bit of a shot, didn't he? But he's got lovely hair, hasn't he? David Luiz. Oh, lovely. Just for the whole of the game, although they worked well, it was a bit scrappy, but they got stuck in, and in the end they found the results. They just did it. They just got through somehow, and with this, and this is what, like, the teams of Manchester United used to do back in the day. You know, you get stuck in and you work a result out, and this is what it did. And the first goal that came through Vardy, they did knock it about. They played it through the defence of Arsenal. They made them look quite amateurish, I think, and it just went in. And there's my old mate, my old mucker, Vardy. Hopefully we'll get another goal of the Player of the Month, and I might present him that one as well. If you've not seen me do that, just look my channel up and see me presenting Jamie Vardy with his Player of the Month. Good to see Pratt come on. He just seems to steady things down. I quite like him. I could see him getting in quite often and playing from start. He just seems to have a calming influence on everything, which is good to see. Sometimes the game just needs a steady head, and he was a great buy for Leicester, and I think he might be coming on more. I think the way Barnes is going, I don't know. I could just see him being used more. I think David Luiz was lucky when he stamped on Vardy's toe. You could see he was actually looking for him. The ball came in and Vardy went for the ball, and David Luiz didn't, because he's a dirty cheating git. Stood on his toe. The second goal was another one where it was just great passing all through round. Arsenal was spinning round. They were going up their own arses at one point, and Maddison just buried it, and it was a great celebration. Did you see the bit where, though, Maddison's standing there like this and Soyuncu just comes and picks him up? What the fuck's that all about? He just picked him up like a baby. Absolutely unbelievable. I'll just touch on to Chilwell. He had a bit of a tussle with Pepe Le Pew, and fair play to Chilwell, because like, he could have gone down quite easy when Pepe did the old arm across the chin. He could have gone down, and he could have rolled around like some players do, making out he'd been assaulted by, you know, Tyson Fury, and made the most of it and got him sent off. But he didn't. He stood his ground, and I quite like to see that. I don't mind to see players having a bit of a tussle and handbags. But the fact that when they go down and they've like rolling around as if they've been fucking shot, it's just unbelievable. Once again, I'm going to get to Jamie Vardy for his... Jamie Vardy is like 90 minute man, isn't he? He just keeps running and trying, shutting people down. And I think with what he does from the front, it gives Brendan Rodgers it just passes through the team. And with Vardy defending from the front, Brendan Rodgers can then build on that. And the players like Ndidi and that will also defend and fight and battle and everything. It's really great times down Leicester. And... it's a great thing to watch, this building thing, and plus with the new training ground and everything that's going to happen down Leicester. You know, I honestly can't. I mean, people just keep saying, "Oh, it's Arsenal." You know, Rodgers would want to go to Arsenal. I don't think he probably would, to be fair. I hope I'm right by saying this, but I don't know. I just don't see, with all the boardroom tussles and stuff down at Arsenal with Kroniak or whatever it is, Kroenke, Stan Kroenke or whatever it is. And, you know, Leicester are actually... Leicester actually run as a proper club, you know. And all these big so-called clubs, such as Arsenal and Manchester United, they should take a leaf out the owners of Leicester and see how they do it. They actually look after the clubs, they look after the fans, and they do everything for them. So... yeah, I just think it's going to be good times down Leicester, and hope Rodgers and all the rest of them don't leave. So, all right, folks, but well done, Leicester, for fuck's sake.